So the last video I did about my side hustles seemed to do very well, and I want to thank everyone who supported that video and subscribed to the channel. That by far was the most popular video I made to date, so I wanted to do a follow-up video. Consider this a part 2 to that video because I have a lot more to elaborate on my side hustles. Before we jump into it, it's good to provide some background as to why I'm even doing the side hustle of building a brand on YouTube and hosting dogs on Rover. There's this assumption that once you cross into six figures at your main 9 to 5 job, especially in a field like engineering, people will think you kind of made it. It's very popular to ease up, let that ambition settle down, finally just clock in, clock out, and live comfortably without thinking about money outside of your 9 to 5. And on paper, that sounds reasonable. A six-figure salary is really good money in 2026. It puts you well above the median income and provides stability. But what I've realized over the last few years is that your sole 9 to 5 income alone is not enough if you want to unlock your full earning potential, because a 9 to 5 is limited on how much you can make. A 9 to 5 means you're working for someone else. There's so many side hustle possibilities out there, but it'll take work, and if you really want to unlock your full financial potential, you need to be picking up a side hustle in 2026, which is going to be my strategy as well. And the thing is, once you start seeing your income through that lens, it's hard to unsee it. You begin to realize that a high salary is powerful, but it's only powerful in proportion to what you do with it outside of your job. Because if all it does is fund your lifestyle, then you're still locked into the same cycle of being financially stuck, but now you're financially stuck in the corporate wheel. That's really where the motivation for my side hustles come from. It's more about converting active income into leveraged income over time. And leverage is one of those words that gets thrown around constantly in finance spaces, business podcasts, YouTube videos, but most people never really define it in everyday terms. When I talk about leverage, I'm talking about your ability to produce income and results without your direct time being required for every dollar you earn. It means you can build businesses or assets that work for you even when you're not actively working. It means you can have systems, digital products, investments, or employees generating output of your businesses on your behalf. I want things that continue producing money for me, whether I'm on the clock or not. I want assets and systems that don't require me to physically be present for every hour of the day. So again, this is not coming from a place of dissatisfaction with my career. It's coming from a place of me thinking long term about how I want to restructure my financial life. My engineering job right now is the engine helping fund all these side hustle goals and pay for all the stuff in life in the present moment while also spearheading my investments. There's no doubt about that. Side hustles for me are about building income streams that exist outside of my employer's control. They're about creating leverage with my time, my skills, and my interest. Because I really never want to be in the position where one layoff completely dictates my financial stability. And beyond just the additional financial peace of mind, there's a layer to developing a side hustle that I think is even more powerful if you're intentional about how you use it. A six-figure job, when managing your money correctly, gives you something that most people earlier in their careers don't have yet. That's the cash to be able to take risks. A high-paying career gives you cash to invest consistently without stressing about having the necessities covered, which is a real blessing. That's why in my previous videos, I always talk about how much it might suck in the present moment, but you gotta find a way to build up a little bit of a cash buffer and get out of the zone of living paycheck to paycheck. Because you're gonna get stuck real fast and it's a really tough hill to climb. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, every financial decision carries weight and risk. Every dollar you spent feels like you have to produce a return or it's gonna create a lot of stress for you. But when your primary income can comfortably cover your lifestyle, you can build side hustles from a place of patience and long term mindset compared to a place of desperation. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to take calculated swings without panicking if they miss. I can reinvest early profits of my side hustles, whether that be through Rover or YouTube, and put it back into the business instead of just pulling them out to pay for all my bills. And for example, here, this YouTube channel, when I get monetized, I'm going to invest more money into my YouTube setup, look at ways I could get more productive, look at mentorship, editing my videos. I just want to look at ways that I can keep continuing to reinvest so I can build something sustainable for the long haul. You can afford to think in a multi-year timelines instead of month to month if you have all of your essentials covered. That's exactly how I view the current phase of my life that I'm in right now with my side hustles. I want to be thinking multi-year timelines, and since I have all my essentials covered, I can really pour my effort and be patient with these side hustles and let them develop. Another piece of this that I don't think gets talked about enough is the skill expansion that naturally comes with running a side hustle. My engineering career sharpens a very specific and valuable set of tools. That'll be technical problem solving, project management and execution, communication. All those skills are highly respected and highly compensated in the industry that I work in. But starting a side hustle forces me to step into a completely different area where none of those skills alone are enough. Now I'm learning marketing, video creation, content creation, audience building, etc. Skill sets that live completely outside of the traditional engineering world. And what's powerful is this gives me multiple ways to create value, multiple ways to generate income. Because the more skills you build that can produce revenue, the less dependent you become on any single job, and you start compounding your life in a way that looks unimaginable years down the road. And that diversification of skills, just like diversification of investments, will create options later in your life that you just simply don't have right now. If you're fortunate enough to have a high income skill set and a strong career platform, ignoring the opportunity to build additional income alongside of it, in my opinion, is leaving so much opportunity on the table. It's leaving untapped potential on the table that you'll never get the time back to do again. So when people ask me why I'm still doing side hustles while working a six-figure engineering job, my answer is very simple and honest. I'm building more freedom because I don't want to see any untapped potential wasted. And that's pretty much all I had for this follow-up video. If you want to hear more about my side hustles and want monthly side hustle updates, like this video and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next one.